I'm Sarah.
And I'm Brandon.
And this is Fish or Price Ranch.
There you go. Keep going.
Everyone, welcome back. I'm Sarah with Fish or Price Ranch. First off, please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. So I apologize in advance for the generator running in the background, but we've been in Arkansas for a little over a month by like a couple days, and basically since right before the move, because we had to pack, the goats have not had any minerals, which is really hard for me because I hate when they don't have what they need. But we're finally able to have all the supplies that we need, and after careful consideration, because we did move to a much wetter climate, and the amount of rainstorms that we get here, we had to kind of wait and see how it was before we decided on how we're going to set up the minerals. Now, because we're going to be rotating our goats a lot more, we wanted something that was mobile, and because we barely have to give them any hay now because of all this greenery, our cart that we use to haul hay is now going to be their mineral feeder. So we'll keep you guys updated as we start building. So basically this is the cart that we use to haul hay, and it's now going to be our mobile mineral feeder. So basically we're going to be building solid wood sides all the way around. This will be where we attach the mineral buckets, but it will also prevent the goats getting their heads stuck in those rungs there. And then what we're going to do is going to be building a large roof over top of it. That way it will help keep the minerals dry. Alright, so we've got all of our boards cut, and so basically we've got two wide pieces here that are going to go across there and that side, and then we have other ones that'll go on the sides here, and then we've got some 16 inchers that are going to go up every so often to screw to and kind of sandwich it in between here and here, just to make it nice and sturdy. Then once we get that done, we could start on the roof. Alright, so we've got the one side board on, and we're going to sandwich it with this board. And what that's going to do is then the roof will come off of this and bring it a little bit up. And then the buckets here will then screw to the side down here. We got our first rung. We didn't have any more that were that wide, so we're going to do two. So we'll do another board across the bottom, and then we have our pitch for our roof, and it'll go to there. So we'll have it go out, and then we'll put the flat roof on top. Alright, so that concludes our box. Now we can start putting the roof on. And then all of our mineral buckets, which I've got one right here we had to use to measure, will go right there. And we can fit 4 across this side, 4 across that side, and 2 across the back. That will leave this space open so it doesn't get in the way of our handle. Alright, you guys, so the next morning, got all the braces on for the roof, and now we're working on plywood. have all the mineral buckets mounted. And we are ready to put the roof on. Alright, you guys, here we are. We just put tar paper on. And then we're going to make, we don't have much, so we're going to make wood shingles. But at least the tar paper will keep everything nice and dry. Alright, you guys, we're putting the last board on. So this is officially our portable mineral buffet. There's Josh with Rockin' JC's Goat Farm. And kind of the nice thing is we're just finishing up. We have a gnarly storm moving in quick. So we're trying to get it finished. We're gonna set it how we plan to set it and let the storm pass by before we use it, just to make sure all the minerals stay nice and dry, or the mineral buckets, because I'm not putting minerals in it yet. But basically 90% of our storms come from this way, so the front of the cart will face that way. That way this side here will have all the cover this way. And so basically that's our plan. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, you guys, here is the design. Now we did get this design off of one of my customers that buys the mineral buffet from us. Because he had a cart, and so he kind of did the same idea. We upped it a little bit just because we know our goats, but so we made it extra sturdy. But here is the final design. Now we're just gonna leave it here for this storm to hit so we can see how well it does. It's not gonna be long before this hits. It's moving pretty fast, but we'll come in and see if everything stays dry. And as long as it does, we'll get it moved into the dough pen and fill it with minerals. Alright, you guys, well, the storm is pretty much over. And so we're going to head out here and see how the mineral cart did. Make sure everything is nice and dry. Alright, moment of truth. So I don't know how much rain we got. We got an okay amount. Those are nice and dry. Nice, good. Completely dry. And the ones that kind of faced the storm a little bit, I couldn't tell. Yeah, that's dry. Okay. Completely dry. Yay! So we got them all labeled. And we're ready to fill them and take them in. I have my mineral bags with all my minerals, and basically I'm just putting, I know they almost never go through this because we don't feed grain to ours, but I'll keep a little bit out just because we don't know about the pastures here. But I'm only putting out just enough. It's only maybe a half a cup's worth. That way, if they don't eat it because they don't need it, or for whatever reason, I don't put a whole bunch out. I don't want to waste any. So anyway, once we figure out what they really need and what they're going through, then I will fill more of it. Like, I know they'll probably go through the copper and stuff like that. So as they eat it down, I'll probably check it in about an hour and we'll see what I need to refill. Alright, you guys, so one thing that I noticed with our goats is that last year when we started them on the mineral buffet, I did talk about how their coats were so shiny when they shed it out, and they were just glossy and beautiful, the best I've ever seen. So some people said that well, that's just normal because they shed out every year. Well, our girls have not been on these minerals during their shedding period. And so most of them have shed it out. So I'm going to show you guys what their coats look like right now versus what they will look like in probably, I'm going to say a couple of months. So these girls are all done shedding out. Let me find one that's dry. Well, Bonnie's still currently shedding. But a lot of these girls, like here, all shed out. So is Azalea here. And actually the best one to show you guys would be Capria. Oh, here she is. She has a very beautiful black coat. And as you can see, she's got a real nice coat, but it's not glossy like it was last year. It's still kind of, I don't know, dull to me. And so, and she's done shedding. She's only got just a tiny bit left. And as you can see, she's starting to have a little bit of what looks like zinc issues to me. So anyway, we are going to be getting these girls on these minerals again, and then we'll show you again what their coats look like in a couple of months after they shed out again. Whew, all right, so it fits, and everybody's checking it out. We made it nice and sturdy, so if somebody decides to jump up there, it'll hold. And usually it's Forget-Me-Not or Dory who are the first ones to jump up there, or Lunaria. But so far everybody's around checking it out. And then what I did is we already had a chain in here. So I just chained around one of the front tires on the main bar, and that'll keep it from rolling anywhere. I also turned the wheel. Yep. Already got one up there. But it's funny because these are neutralizers, so they don't typically touch those much. The calcium, I don't feel like they're going to touch much because most of them are drying up already on milk. But as you can see, none of them really seem to need that so far. They're fighting over the copper, which, like I said, I kind of expected. And then we've got the manganese that Primrose is going through. And then let's see what else everybody's fighting over. Looks like some selenium. And they're really heavily hitting the vitamins. Looks like the vitamin A, D, E, vitamin C and B, and the zinc. Which, like I just said, on Capria, she looked like she had some zinc deficiency going on. So that all makes a lot of sense. Alright, well everybody's kind of checked it out. Looks like they touched a little boron. Little tiny bit of calcium, but not much. Touched the cobalt. Definitely the copper, iodine. Not much of the magnesium. They're really hitting the manganese. A little bit of molybdenum. And I think somebody just stepped in those. Hey, sweetie, how you doing? Primrose? See what we got. They definitely hit the salt. A little bit of selenium. Some sodium. Looks like somebody touched the sulfur. They definitely hit the CB, the V4, and the zinc. Alright, you guys, well that is our new mineral feeder, and we'll be able to move this from pasture to pasture, just because here it's going to be a while before we can build a barn, so this will work out perfect for them. They have their little house back here that they like to play on, but this will give them their minerals. We will now work on building something similar, hopefully, for the bucks, though theirs could be more permanent. They're only going to eventually have 2 pastures. And so we could build something in each pasture because we'll just rotate them there, or we can build, you know, something that's easily moved from one to the other. But it doesn't have to be this extravagant. The girls are going to have quite a few pastures that we're going to be able to rotate, so this is going to be nice for us. So we'll keep you guys updated. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon.